Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Walters.
And I'm Dylan Eford, and welcome to a very beautiful day here in Colorado as we got the green, grassy mountains here today as our backdrop for a Mountain Vista versus Legend High School varsity lacrosse game. Should be a good one today, Kyle. I'm really looking forward to it. Pretty evenly matched teams. I'm just excited to see how they get at each other.
Yes, indeed, Dylan. Some quick stats for you. Mountain Vista Golden Eagles, 4-6 overall. Not too shabby. Legend, however, 4-8. That's kind of worse, but whatever. However, Mountain Vista is ranked 23rd in the state, but Legend is only ranked number 42.
All right.
Now, I wonder who might win this still.
Mountain Vista is in a tough spot as they are trying to fight to get into the playoffs. This game a big piece of that with a victory.
Yes, indeed, Dylan. As the game starts up here pretty quickly.
Your starters for the Mountain Vista are going to be Luke Brown, Simon May, Owen Solderholm, Scott Day, Jackson Marshall, Cameron Brown, Reese Evans, Caden Strassheim, Jake Ward, and Matt Potvin.
Jackson Marshall here on the faceoff, going up for his team against Jake Rinzen May. And we'll see how it goes. Jackson is always very good on the faceoffs. He's won like 90% in one game that I watched, which is pretty incredible, especially against
sorry, Kyle.
Arapahoe.
I have actually been corrected. It is not Reese Evans starting today. It's actually going to be Grayson McCall. Little sophomore switcheroo.
Scrap here for the ball, and so far no one's come up with it.
It appears that Vista's going to. They've poked it the most. And they're still fighting for it. The ball is still undecidedly. Who knows where it is, honestly, Kyle. I guess we're gonna
it's
have
on
to
the
wait to
ground
find
right
out.
now. I can see it. Someone's getting pushed over there.
This is ridiculous,
Jake
Kyle.
Ward
I've never
is-
seen a longer scramble. This looks like a scrum in rugby, they might
No,
call
me
it.
neither, but finally picked up there by Caden Strassheim for Mount Vista.
Desmond has that. Looks like a shot already, but oh,
Good roll and
easy
quick
goal there.
goal by Jake Ward.
Jake Ward the attack, of course, as
He's-
he goes on the attack and gets a very fast goal here from Mount Vista.
Yes, indeed. That was a great attack there. His 15th goal of the season,
Wow.
and he's only a sophomore.
Team leader in goals.
Yes, indeed, actually. That's pretty impressive for a sophomore. He's very small. Very impressive that he was able to come up with that goal. He pulled out that nice spin, which he can do because he is smaller than these guys.
Correct.
And, has
Hey,
a
but
lower center of
It's not the size of
gravity.
the man; it's the size of the heart, Kyle. And that's actually a kind of the motto of Mountain Vista Lacrosse is here: head, heart, and hustle. That's all that matters for them. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter about size.
Yes, indeed. And Jake Ward has the biggest heart out there, as seen by his 15 goals.
Marshall here again on the face-off. Hopefully, we see a faster ball pickup, and we do. Oh,
Almost.
perhaps
And he does pick it up,
wins that
as Dylan
face-off
predicted boldly.
Jackson Marshall has the ball. He's going to pass it around. Missed pass there by number 16, and that's going to be Jake Stopkowski.
So far, Mount Vista just passing around, already up to a 1-point lead within a minute of this game. Not too bad. So far, Legend. Haven't seen much from them, but,
Luke Brown passes.
Mount Vista looking to set up an attack. Shot there.
Sam Craven shot at that.
Sam Craven, 4 goals and a flag down.
Dual sport varsity athlete there, and only as a sophomore.
It's pretty impressive. We will see what this penalty is and who it is on.
I believe it's going to be on Legend there because I looked up and Sam Craven was laying on his back.
Indeed. Now that is a cross-check for Mr. Traeger Davidson for Legend. Legend's going to be a man down. Not too good for them as, Mount Vista's already scored a point in the first minute and a half. Shot there and save.
Good save there.
Shot there by Jake Stopkowski with 6 goals on the season.
Not a great start for Legend as they start off losing a long fight for a face-off ball and then a shoot and score very early on. And then they already are a man down as well.
Yes, indeed.
Things aren't looking up, but we can't say that right now. It's a little too early.
Tristan Zimmerman on the clear here for Legend. Takes the ball out of bounds, and nowhere a timeout is called.
Timeout, Legend.
Timeout, Legend. 2 minutes into the first period. That is not very good. They are clearly not on their game.
Already scrambling
Thus far.
to get a new game plan in there as we see the original has not been working out there for Legend.
Indeed. However, the original game plan for Mount Vista working excellently. Legend so far hasn't gone into their zone of offense. Or Mount Vista's defensive zone, rather. Mount Vista already broken up from their timeout. Starters back out on the field. Legend taking a lot more time because they need a lot more work, seemingly. Play will be commencing right here. Legend attempting a clear, immediately knocked out by Owen Soderholm. Scramble for the pickup and pass over to Scotty Day for Mount Vista. Looking to clear. Passes far up, Scott does. Up to Matt Potvin and passes out. Looking for a quick shot there. However, does not get it. Jake Stopkowski there.
Looking
passes
for a pass.
out to Luke Brown. So far, Mount Vista pretty dominant. In this game, they've stolen the ball away from Legend. They've scored a goal. They've got everything.
Yes, Kyle. Yes, Kyle, indeed.
Mount Vista just working the Legend team and their defense, trying to dodge in here.
Another
shot
shot
there
is
and
good.
Goal.
Early shots here coming off the Caden Strassheim's stick.
Now that's his 6th goal of the season. I believe he's also a sophomore, and
Yes,
that
he is.
pretty damn decent.
Another dual sport varsity athlete. He's playing attack and midfield in this game today. So we obviously see some attack right there. Hopefully we see some great defense coming from him later as he plays some midfield.
Yes, indeed, though. I don't know that he'll be playing much defense as a midi because Legend hasn't crossed midfield except for once within the first 3 minutes of this quarter. Jackson Marshall here on the faceoff for Mount Vista up against Jake Rinzen-May.
You could call him 2-0 on the faceoffs today, even though that one was super long.
Fight here, and he scoops it up again, but knocked out immediately.
But we're still going to recover the ball.
Recovery there by Matthew Perella. Pass out, almost picked off. Jake Ward there.
Good passing there.
Running in.
Great ball movement as they move around the goal.
Mount Vista still dominating.
Good pass there to Stopkowski. Looking for a pass there.
Looking to set up a play.
Gets it to Jack McFarland.
Ball up
McFarland
top.
to DJ. Back to McFarland.
McFarland looking to dodge in, maybe get a shot on. Who knows? Dodges in. Legend player, not good enough defense. He slips.
And another
Oh
shot.
my God, that was very insane for Jack McFarland.
Quite an
8th
early
goal of the season.
3-0 lead for Mountain Vista. This is already quite the showing that Legend does not want to see.
Legend is getting destroyed. Now that was an amazing play there.
That was great.
That spin-off by Jack McFarland, insane. He made his defenseman slip and slide everywhere, and the shot went right into the net. Amazing.
It really shows that Mountain Vista has the heart there. As we see some really young players getting the ball and getting touches in early and even scoring a little bit as well.
Jackson now back out for the face-off. He's been killing it so far, and undoubtedly he'll kill it again, Struggle here. And he loses the face-off.
Undoubtedly, indeed, Kyle.
Yes, I did mess up my bold prediction as Jake Horvat for Legend won that. But now
Simon May passes it.
to Scotty Day, the goalkeeper of
Scotty
Mount
Day
Vista
looking
High
to
School.
clear it. Throws it pretty deep.
That's
Luke
Luke
Brown
Brown
has it.
there, taking it across midfield. Mount Vista slowing their play down, getting some
Luke
subs
Brown
on.
to Stopkowski. Passing around here for Vista, as we see, is great ball movement.
Mount
Getting
Vista
everyone
so far
involved. Chris Perella has the ball now.
has always thrown it up top left and just dodged in and got a shot on, as Luke Brown does so just now. Gets a shot, goes far left. That's great hustle there by Jake Stopkowski to get the ball for his team after that shot. So far, Mount Vista has pulled the same play every time, run up top left and dodge in and get a shot on, and it works. Quick shot there. Now, that was pretty insane for Jake Ward. Coming in from behind the goal, wraparound goal. Now, that was pretty insane. Legends goalie's sitting on the turf in defeat as he's given up 4 goals within,
4 minutes.
4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes, Kyle, I would say that.
Now, that is
Maybe
some quick
even
math.
I could say 4 minutes 23 seconds, perhaps.
Quite indeed.
Yeah,
That's very intelligent of you.
Now, Kyle, it's obviously sticking out here, but we need to discuss what's going wrong with Legend right now. Obviously, 4 goals in just over 4 minutes is really kind of a disgusting fact that Legend has to deal with right now.
It is abhorrent.
And as you said, the goalie was sitting down in defeat. He's not happy with himself, and honestly, I feel like he's not going to play to his full potential because he's really down on himself, and he's not really into this game right now.
No, indeed, as Jackson wins that face-off, Mount Vista again with the ball. Legend has not been on offense once.
Separation there. Great separation, actually.
Jake Ward there passes out behind the net. Back over to Jake Stopkowski, who's holding the ball and passes back around. Out
That's
to Jake
Strauss
Ward.
with the ball. Back to Ward.
Up top, Mount Vista doing the classic isolation play. Get the dodge in. You know what's happening.
Craven passes it back. Back to Perella now. Chris Perella once again.
Mount Vista switching it up, going from the top right side.
Chris Perella going in for the attack. He beats his defender.
Completely destroys
and he
his
misses
defender.
his shot. Just a little early of a bounce there. Sam Craven, however, gets towards that ball.
Matt just blew past his defender.
Chris,
my bad.
it's all right,
There's
Kyle.
twins on the team. I didn't know which one it was. My bad. But regardless, Legends defense is severely lacking up against Mount Vista's offense.
They're just kind of laying off, Colin. I don't think that's something you have the leisure to do right now when you're down 4.
Especially not against Mount Vista's offense, which is seemingly
especially
pretty
this
hype.
early.
However, a failed pass there, but does not pass midfield. Mount Vista going in again. Jack McFarland there, dodging, trying to get a shot on spins. Beats his defender.
And
Shot
gets a
and
shot.
goal. Jack
Five
McFarland,
goals.
second goal of the game. Not too shabby. So far, Mount Vista dominant. That's Jack McFarland's 9th goal on the season. He's killing it, killing the game. So is the whole Mount Vista team. Haven't seen much from the defense, so I don't know if they're killing it or not. But
Haven't seen any defense, really, Kyle. The ball has crossed half field one
Midfield.
time. Midfield, Kyle. I'd like to apologize.
no,
The ball has crossed midfield one time, and that was just on a fumbled faceoff, really.
Yeah, it was. And Mount Vista, took the ball from him immediately. Jackson Marshall here facing off up against Jake Horvat for a Legend. This is Jackson's 6th face-off. He's lost only 1.
It's a great percentage there, Kyle.
He's lost 2 now. Actually, he hasn't lost it yet as he pushes his other man over
Vista recovers
and wins.
And that's number 8, Ryan Austin with the ball.
Ryan Austin hit
Man.
from the back, but Legend cannot capitalize at all.
Matt Potvin has the ball once again. And now Luke Brown has it again. He's got very good separation on his defender, who has a different helmet than the rest of the team. He looks quite goofy, Kyle.
He also fell over when Luke was doing nothing but just running down the edge of the box there. Mount Vista doing
to
the
Brown.
classic isolation play. Luke Brown has done this quite a few times already in this game. Beats his defender yet again. Shot on. Pretty bad shot there, but it was a great save by the goalie.
Twas.
Twas indeed.
The goalie's second save this entire game.
However, muffed clear there. Just goes out of bounds. Mount Vista back on offense. There was no offensive play there for Legend at all. Mount Vista doing the same dodge run-in play. Pass out. Oh, good look there as Caden Strassheim came up from behind the goal. However, it will be Legend's ball. And we'll see if they can clear and get on some offense. And we'll see how the Mount Vista defense plays if they do get to play at all. Great check there by Caden.
First offense we've really seen out of Legend, and that's Traeger Davidson starting it off for Legend.
Yes, indeed. Legend taking the time to set up as they have.
Traeger passes
Not
over
been
to
able to
Jack
play
Freeman.
Legend just trying to set it up.
Caden Mice has the ball now. Back to Jack Freeman.
Attempted pick there.
Jack Freeman to Caden.
It'll be interesting to see what Legend tries up against his Mount Vista defense. Dodge there, but backs off as Simon May is playing too good of a defense.
Tommy Dahir passes that ball over to Jack Freeman once again.
Great spin there. Great look. Behind the goal.
Great
save by Scotty Day.
Wow. Right in his face, but Scott Day just blocks it. Grabs his stick and puts that ball right in the net where he wants it.
That was a very pro save. Pass out there to DJ Surdock on the clear from Mount Vista. Passes it up to Grayson McCall. He rips a shot. LSM. Saved, though, however, by the goalie.
Now, LSM, for those of you who don't may not know, is a long stick midfielder, if I'm not correct, Kyle.
You are correct. Great plays there by Mountain Vista. Legend just cannot hold on to the ball.
I would like to
Great
give
dodge there. Oh, my God. And a shot. And missed by Jake Ward.
I
That
would
was
like to give a little bit of a
dodge
compliments to Legends offense. They didn't do great, but they did a lot better than their defense. We actually got to see some of Mountain Vista's defense for the first time. Craven looks for a shot there. And he shoots, but it's a good save there.
So
Goalie's
far,
coming back to his game.
yes, I was just about to say that, Dylan.
Oh, well, that's perfect, Kyle.
Yes, it is indeed. The goalie has not let up any mistakes in, the past, 5 minutes, which is very good. And Mountain Vista is still just going at it. Pass out there. Still, Legend has not played, any offense at all.
Chris Perla has the ball. Pass to DJ Serda, one of his football teammates, dual sport athlete. Craven there. Craven's
Mountain
coming in
Vista
fast,
switching up the
charging.
plays here.
He's going to fall over, but retains possession of the ball.
Spins, passes it, and
Oh, great pass.
Slam
And an even better
dunk.
shot
Oh
by
my
Caden
God.
Strassheim. Two lifelong friends there in Sam Craven and Caden Strassheim.
that's Caden Strassheim's second goal of the games. That's his 7th goal of the season. That was a pretty insane trip and fall there. And however, he recovered, spun, passed in, slam, dunk. Mountain Vista is just picking apart Legends offense here. Not even end of the first quarter. 3 minutes
Defense.
left. Defense, my bad. And already 6 goals. That's like a goal per 2 minutes. Not even.
I was better than the math, Kyle, but now I don't have to.
Yeah, I got you. And this looks like another timeout by Legend. They really need to get their stuff together if they want to come back. I mean, they're already down 6 goals to nothing. They don't have any momentum in their favor at all. They've been on offense one countable time. It's not very impressive for being in, around 9 minutes into the first quarter. Mountain Vista's defense, I haven't
Whoa,
seen.
blown away by the wind there, Kyle. That's crazy.
Now, this win may affect the game. The ball of lacrosse, or the lacrosse ball, can be affected by the wind indeed and blown out of trajectory. And we'll just have to see how this wind affects the players. They're going to get a bit cold out there standing around as Mountain Vista's defense has been doing nothing, just standing around. They're going to get kind of cold, Maybe bust out some jumping jacks to stay warm, fresh, don't injure themselves. Mountain Vista already broken up out of their huddle. Legend still in their huddle. Jackson Marshall just ready to take on the face-off. So far, he's only lost 1, I believe. And it's pretty Gucci. Sorry for those background noises. We are closing the window as it is getting quite windy out here.
More like in here, Kyle.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Dylan Eford. The day was looking mighty fine earlier today. However, the gloomy clouds have moved in over the mountains. And the wind has moved in as well.
Oh, there go the papers, Kyle.
Not fully. We saved him. Jackson Marshall here on the face-off up against Jake again. Jackson wins again. Mountain Vista just dominating face-offs. Pass out behind the GLE and behind the goal out to Jake Stopkowski. Mountain Vista just waiting to get some subs on, trying the classic play rather, is Jack McFarlane. However, his defenseman pushes him off. Muff pass there. However, great play at the line, and Mountain Vista is able to recover. That great play made by Grayson McCall on defense. Didn't let it pass. Great play so far. Luke Brown starting up top, trying to dodge in. Immediately beats his defender. No contest. He's making him slip everywhere. The man with the odd helmet, number 34. Not even on my varsity roster. I don't know his name.
That's crazy.
It is indeed.
The wind's picking up a little bit, Kyle.
Yes, indeed. Great goal there by Mr. Blake Hamilton. By Jake Ward, actually, my bad.
Jake Ward's third goal of the game. Quite an impressive game for this young man.
Now, that's what I believe is called a hat trick in the sport world. Is it indeed?
Indeed it is, Kyle. Indeed it is.
Now, that's a pretty insane feat to have a hat trick within the first 10 minutes of the game. 7-0 Mount Vista. Looks like Jackson Marshall jumped the gun there on that face-off, and Mount Legend will have a opportunity to finally be on offense, and Mount Vista's defense will finally get an opportunity to defend. Owen Soderholm there playing great defense. So far, Legend has been unable to push really into Mount Vista's box. Trying to set up a play there. Pick. Simon May recognizes it, still on his man. Dodge is unsuccessful. Simon May playing great defense, keeping his offensive man out. And he trips. Jack Freeman there trying to go in with his spin. Trips. Legend so far has been tripping, or slipping, rather, all day. Mostly the defenseman. Sorry for that interruption there. We were closing the windows as we were getting mighty cold. And shot goes out there. Ball awarded to Legend. Great hustle there by number 11, whose name I also don't have on this varsity roster.
45 seconds remain here in the first quarter. 7-0. Whooping.
A whooping indeed, just like the winds out here at this field. Great cut there by Trace Tobin for Legend. However, the ball is now going Mountain Vista. Pass out to Scotty Day. Intercepted. No, it was not intercepted. My bad. Scotty made that catch. And tripping there. That's tripping. Brooks. And it is called.
That's good. And Kyle, I'd like to mention, as the first quarter here wraps up, we've really seen an
Hold
increase.
It, Dylan. The flag is down. We have a delayed penalty. Mount Vista has a free shot here if they want to take it. Jake Ward looking to come up, make something happen. However, intercepted, picked off. The penalty
good play there. He was setting
called.
up. But as I was saying, Kyle, we really saw the student section pick up. When the game started, there were 0 students. But now we have quite a few fans.
At least 2 rows of bleachers.
That's insane, Kyle.
Yes, indeed. So far, 7-0. 3 seconds left in the first quarter.
Maybe the fans smelled the whooping from all the way back home and had to come be a witness.
Now, I was already a witness before this all happened, but I would like to say that I boldly predicted such a whooping.
Play. Indeed, a quiet man with that bold prediction as the first quarter comes to an end. 7-0. Mountain Vista on top. Very aggressively on top, may I add.
You may add indeed. Mountain Vista has been dominant. Legend has had maybe a minute on offense, give or take. Probably a bit less. They've been on offense a good 2 times maybe. A rough guesstimation there. But their offense has been ineffective. Their first go at a offensive play was very close, but Scotty Day with a great save, real close up to the goal. However, Mountain Vista's defense is really the star of the show so far. Killing the game. Just the classic dodging in from up top and beating their defenders and making nice shots. So far, Legends' defense has been very unimpressive against Mountain Vista's star athletes. They're slipping, sliding everywhere, broken ankles all on the field. It's not looking good for them. Mountain Vista just always pulls out these spin moves. They're holding on to the ground quite nicely. Great traction there. However, their defenders cannot keep such traction. Fall over. Kablam. It's a goal. It's crazy. And that's how I predict the rest of the game is going to go, as long as Mountain Vista doesn't get too ahead of themselves, get too full of themselves, and really start to slack off. As long as they keep their focus, I think it's going to be A-okay for them. Or other scenario in which Mountain Vista loses, Legend actually gets their crap together and plays some defense. Unlikely from what I've seen so far. As they're getting wrecked, the momentum is against them. They're probably already hating the game so far and just want to leave at this point. They're getting blasted by wind. They're getting blasted by the Mountain Vista team. They're just not loving it. Jake Ward here starting off from behind the net there. for Mountain Vista at the start of this second quarter. Jake Stopkowski there. Pass back to Jake Ward. Passes up to Jack McFarland. Pass back to Jake Ward and slam dunk from behind the net between the legs. Jake Ward, that's more than a hat trick. That's a 4-trick, bro. I don't know what the term for that is, but it's pretty damn good.
This is just unfair, Kyle. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
But actually, not going to lie, guys, I love to see it. I'm actually a huge Mount Vista Golden Eagles fan.
Now, I don't know if you know this about me, Dylan, but I, too, am a big Mount Vista fan and
Well,
also a big lacrosse fan.
Kyle, that is great because I also love lacrosse. I recently was in attendance for another whooping, actually. DU beat the snot out of the Providence Day Friars.
Oh, no, for
2
real?
local wins in a week. Could I get any more lucky?
Yeah, 3.
Holy crap, Kyle. I guess that's going to have to be tomorrow's win. Vista Lacrosse plays once again tomorrow.
I guess we'll see. Sorry for the background noise. The whole place is shaking apart due to the wind.
Quite a storm brewing out here, actually, Kyle. We see some dust tornadoes taking a place just over the horizon over there.
Yes,
and
indeed.
over the mountains, we see quite a big storm forming down, funneling down into the range.
Now, for all y'all history nerds out there, this looks like the Great Dust Bowl of the 1950s.
20s.
The 1920s. The dust is flying everywhere. I can't even see at this point. As Mount Vista looks to get another goal here, 8-0. Just passing around. Mount Vista has not changed up their game plan at all this entire time. They've just been passing up top, dodging in repeatedly. Well, now, whether they take the shot when they dodge in or not, that's decided in the moment. But it's always there, as we see again. This will be Dylan Pless dodging in, passes it back out, didn't like it.
Plus, of course, another set of twins on the team, Dylan and Ryan Pless.
Yes, indeed.
And that's actually kind of crazy because on our broadcasting we have a Dylan and a Ryan. That's just insane.
Now, that's pretty cool. Now, Ryan is the silent man in the night. You can't hear him, but he's still here.
Being our producer / cameraman today.
/ motivator. Shout out to Roy. As Mountain Vista here stops the clear by Legend. Goes back on offense yet again. The offensive men have got to be tired at this point. They've been 12 minutes non-stop just offense. And there's a stoppage of play, overturning of the ball for reasons unknown to me. And get some subs in here. Mountain Vista playing great defense there is Dylan Pless.
Traeger Davidson with the ball.
And immediately pass
No
out.
longer.
Legend is not looking good at all. They can't make a pass. That pass went out of bounds and has stopped their offensive opportunity for this quarter, which, of course, they only get 1 because they can't clear the ball and or get the ball in their favor across midfield.
Kyle, honestly, I was expecting a closer game.
I was indeed. Honestly, their rankings are pretty close. 4-2, 23. Of course, 23 being Mountain Vista. And the overall stats / standings, Mountain Vista 4-6, Legend 4-8. Pretty close, I would assume, but clearly not, evidently.
Yeah, and I know some of the players on Legend. I thought that their team would be a little bit underrated, if I may say, because the rankings obviously don't show the talent that I had presumed they had. But I guess they just don't have it.
Failed scoopage there by Grayson McCall, but however awarded to him as it goes out of bounds. My bad, it was not awarded to him. I just saw him over there. Legend finally getting their time on offense this quarter. We'll see how it goes for them. So far, able to do nothing. And just trying to set up a little play here. That's Caden Mice there, trying to dodge in, pass out, swatted down.
Fast break chance here for Vista. He's booming down the field. That's Owen Solderholm. Going crazy.
Pass to the crease.
That's a goal.
Insane. Jake Stopkowski, rather.
Just rolls on into the goal. Honestly, didn't even see any net shakeage.
He's just sitting in the crease, and Mountain Vista on that fast break, he was able to pass it to him openly and get that shot off. So far, Mountain Vista dominant. I cannot believe this game is going the way it has. I don't think I've seen this much of a butt whooping since never really.
Kyle, do you have any final score predictions maybe? Maybe some bold final score predictions?
I don't know about bold, but I'm going to say 50-0 for Mountain Vista. They've already racked up almost 10 points within the first, like 2.25 quarters.
That's
Not too
actually
bad.
a fair prediction, Kyle. They are on pace for about that many. Honestly, I'm going to go with a little more realistic prediction in my opinion. I'm going to say 22-4, Mountain Vista.
You think that Legend's going to score?
I do,
Explain
Kyle.
why.
Well, I've seen their offense has not been as bad as their defense has. I think we're giving their offense an unfair kick in the nose because we haven't really got a chance to really see it fully evolve into a scoring chance.
Now, I agree. I think that Mountain Vista's defense is just really like blocking any attempt that Legend has. But the thing is that if their defense can't get the ball away from Mountain Vista, there's no chance that they can go on offense.
And that's why it's called a bold prediction, Kyle.
Yes, indeed.
But I think there might be some changes made at halftime that are going to change that up a bit.
I don't know about that, Dylan. They've already used about 2 timeouts, I believe, to correct their issues. Ineffective. Mountain Vista dodging in, pass behind the goal. Pass out to Jake Ward on the side. Passing it up to Luke Brown.
Luke Brown there with
Takes
the
the shot.
High shot out of bounds. Going to be Vista's ball, however.
Chased by Caden Strassheim. Great hustle.
Strauss, I'm taking it in here.
Behind the goal, pass out to Jake Ward. Looking to put a dodge on his defender, make him trip over the net maybe.
Jake
However,
Ward
backs
probably
out.
hoping to get a 5th goal.
Attempted
Behind the back shot.
BTB there by Caden Strassheim. Already trying some flair here, Mountain Vista, as they are comfortably in the lead.
Comfortably in the lead? Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Quite indeed. Very much so. 9-0 is the score. Attempted clear there by Legend. Legend has really not
Great
been very
scoop
good
there.
on their clears. Pass
Nice
out by
long
Owen
pass. Kate
Soderholm.
Strausheim has it.
Oh, this is over. Jake Ward.
Jake Ward gets his 5th goal of the game, accounting for 50% of Mountain Vista's goals in this entire event today.
Great pass
Wow.
up there. Great assist by Owen Soderholm, like across the field. Just passes it down to Caden Strassheim, who then pulls a defender, gives it to Jake Ward right in front of the net. Nothing to do. A little bit of fakey fake, and then he passes it and shoots it even into the lower left-hand corner of the goal. And
That's a
makes it.
difficult shot to make, Kyle.
Yeah,
Now,
yes, indeed.
one thing is for certain. We're not going to have any problems making this highlight tape.
No, I don't believe so, as Jackson Marshall here is on the face-off. He's been doing very good so far. Wouldn't expect anything worse from him. I mean, he does lose this one, but it's okay. I still believe in you, Jackson. Legend here trying some offense. This player cradling very weirdly, but great fake there by his stick, holding out in the back. However, gets a hit by DJ Surdok, who's subbing in. Didn't see it from behind him. Just getting whacked. A Legend player caught up in this stick, falls down. I don't know what he's doing. Mr. Caden
Not scoring.
Rice. Most definitely not scoring. He could not pull his stick anywhere, as the defense of Mountain Vista just disabled him from being able to do so. Pass to the behind the goal. A bad muffled pass there. Just bad pass. And ball, DJ Surdok missed that. Drops it, however he's going to take it. The body's all on the field here. Pass out to Jake Ward. Pass over to Caden Strassheim. Shoots
Wasn't
and
ready for that
scores!
pass. What an amazing scramble for the catches. He was not quite anticipating that. He was hoping that Jake Ward was going to pick up his 6th. But however, Caden Strassheim actually picks up, I believe that's his 3rd goal of the game, Kyle.
Now that was a very insane play there. Very fast-paced, very intellectual, high IQ play there. Just the passing game, confusing the crap out of their goalie. He didn't know what was happening. He was really confused. Great shot there. I love it. Mountain Vista has great synergy here between all the offensive players, passing really well. Great few key players here. Jake Ward, Jake Stopkowski, Caden Strassheim, just to name a few.
And obviously we could go on for the entire roster, basically.
Yes, indeed. Jackson won that face-off there. Mountain Vista taking the ball into the box of Legend for the 200th time this game. Passes out to Jake Ward.
With 11 goals already in this game, this has become a visual representation of a Share the Wealth card.
Yes, indeed, Dylan. I love the analogy.
Thank you. That's Craven with the ball, hopefully getting the goal here.
Dodging passes
Jake Ward
into
has the
Jake
ball.
Ward in the crease.
And he
Shot
scores
again.
again.
That's his 6th goal in the
And
game.
again, he's at 50% of the goals, Kyle. He can't stay away from 50.
That's 2 hat tricks, Dylan.
Holy crap. They call that a hat trick trick.
Yes, indeed. A hat trick for Mr. Jake Ward. That's his 20th goal on the season as a sophomore. Now imagine in a couple years from now when he's a senior, he's going to be a god on the field.
He's going to get it probably like a 5-by hat trick.
A 5-by hat trick. I love it.
Yeah, that's 15 goals if you didn't know, Kyle.
Now, interesting that Jackson Marshall here is not on the face-off. He's been replaced by Nick Brawley, who's going to try his hand at facing off here. The regular Fogo, he's off the field.
High ball there. Recovered by Legend, but we'll see if they can get the offense moving now.
Who knows? They haven't been able to do so yet within this game. Halfway through the second quarter.
And Kyle, I'd like to bring something to everyone's attention. Knowing that we already have 12 goals and we still have 6 minutes left in the second quarter, I'd just like to say some of our highest scores of the year have been 21. We're on pace to break that by at least 5.
Easily.
15 we're going to break in this quarter. On pace to break it at least. 13, 5. There's not much here that Vista can do to improve on their season. This is definitely going to help them in the playoff race, Kyle.
Far out shot there by legend Jack Freeman. Don't know what he was thinking. He went over the goal even. So far out, that's what you get. Mount Vista destroying Legend at this point. It's not even a contest. Legend trying to slow it down, get something started, but they just can't get through the defense as they do there. But the shot is blocked by Scotty Day, of course.
But better block.
Scotty is killing the saves so far. There's only been like 3 shots on him because Mount Vista is just killing the defensive game.
And all 3 have been blocked, but they have missed a few extras. This wind is really picking up as it rustles the hair of the people that are here to watch.
Also rustles the stands. You can hear metal shaking and breaking around me.
Oh, I can feel it,
for my
Kyle.
life.
I'm quite upset because
shot and goal there.
Window is open.
Yes, indeed. Now, Legend gets their first points of the game. Caden Mice there. Now, he is the main offensive player for Legend. That's his 49th goal on the season. That's a lot.
Holy moly, Kyle. That's incredible. That might be how many goals Vista has at the end of the game.
Yes, indeed.
But all respect there. That's a great shot.
And a great number of goals.
Great athlete, apparently. It was brought to my attention just now that he's phenomenal on the season. I bet he's kind of disappointed with his actions tonight, as they don't reflect who he is as an athlete based on statistics.
Now, unlike Mountain Vista, Legend has a very small spread on who gets their goals there. Caden Mice, number 6 in blue, gets most of them. I'd just like to put that out.
I would like to agree with that, Kyle. That's kind of what I was saying when they share the wealth. Everyone
Jackson Marshall picks up the ball. Great scramble there for the ball on the face-off. Pass out.
Strassheim has it. Jake Ward has it. Maybe he's going to score another one, Kyle. We never know.
Who knows? That'd be a Sep trick. Sep being
Kyle.
the prefix for 7.
Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, no problem. Mountain Vista just looking for some subs, except their classic dodge and play.
Chris Varela gets that high pass, and he's rushing
going in with the intensity.
Just
missed
misses
shot
there, but we recover.
Good pickup there by Jake Ward behind the goal, looking for someone to feed to. Tries to wrap around goal, and save there. Good save there.
DJ scrambling for the ball. Legend recovers, but no, they don't really.
They did not. He got quadruple teamed. So far, Mount Vista going pretty hard at this offensive session. Yet again, trying to dodge in.
Little high shot there, goes way over the goal and out of bounds.
Of course, Mount Vista still has possession. That'll be Caden passing into Jake Ward, who's just trying to get some dodges out behind the goal, and his ball is knocked loose. Great defense there by Dom Anderson for Legend. Goalie going out of the net to lay a hit out.
Which was obviously a mistake, Kyle, as he gets that goal. No problem.
I don't know what the goalie was attempting to do there.
I think he's just a little fed up with his performance.
I feel like he knew that he was going to get scored on if he didn't try something different, because he's been doing the same thing the whole time and getting, like, dunked on, absolutely. So he just tried to go out there and just, lay out some hit. He's just so frustrated with his performance. Yeah, I mean, getting destroyed. Not to, discredit him or any of his faults.
And just to illustrate the wind here, we're going to show you guys some flag movement, and the goal is actually trembling, as along with the fence and some signage out on the road. Anyway,
I love
back
that
to
signage.
the action. Just want to illustrate what the players are actually going through right now and how the wind might affect the path of the lacrosse ball.
Now, Mountain Vista is used to the wind. Up where they practice, it's windy all the time.
That is very correct, Kyle.
Now, Legend, I don't know where they practice.
Great scoop up
nor,
there from Matt Potvin.
How they practice in weather, but Mountain Vista definitely accustomed to the wind.
Hamilton to Strassheim. Strassheim over to Jake Stopkowski. Stopkowski passes into a recently subbed in Samuel Craven. Passes to another recently subbed in player, Christopher Perella. Chris Perella charging in there. I've never seen anything that's going out of the stadium.
Very high pass ball. The sky is trying and succeeding in precipitating upon the field today.
That was the fastest I've ever seen Chris run.
He was going in there. Every time he gets the ball, he just charges in and blows past his defender as he did there. He's a big dude. Very strong.
We've actually just now witnessed a trash can blow over in this massive wind.
Now,
and the rain is now coming,
believe
as Kyle
it or not,
mentioned.
while you were saying that, Jake Ward, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, my God, Kyle, don't tell me.
It's a sep trick.
A sep trick?
Yes, indeed.
Holy crap,
now, that's
Kyle.
7 goals in the game.
This is honestly going to raise his total so much, probably by 7 goals.
Now, actually, he has 7 goals in the game. Does that make it that he has 50% of the whole team's goal in this game?
Kyle, for the 3rd time in the game, he has 50% of the goals scored.
Now, that is insane, guys. I don't know how I can illustrate this to you, but he's getting so many goals this game. He's actually on fire.
Like to mention, if we took away 75% of his goals, we'd still be winning by 2.5 points.
2.5?
That's insane.
Now, that's crazy. He's like literally on fire out there. Good thing it's raining because it's putting him out right now. Of course, we don't want him to be put out because he's just killing it. But, you know, it's kind of dangerous to be on fire. Mountain Vista wins the ball off the face-off. Bad pass there. Scooped up by Legend. Legend defensive player looking to shoot it, honestly, probably. Didn't actually, though. Legend just trying to get something done here. Pass out to Caden Mice. He's just slowly jogging. However, gets a spin past the Mountain Vista defense. Bad shot there. So far, Legend is not doing well. You can hear the metal rattling out there. Sounds like a bunch of forks falling down the stairs.
The broadcast booth is just being torn apart by laughter right now.
And win. Sorry for the break in commentary there. We had to take a break.
Pardon us for the breakage in commentary. We were just having some technical difficulties.
Yes, indeed. The refs here convening, holding a special council to see if they may have to stop the game as the weather is getting quite abhorrent. So far, Mountain Vista dominant.
As it has been the entire game, Kyle. We're up by 13 goals.
That's a
13
lot.
goals is usually as much as people like having a total game. 13 to like 17 would be like a great final score, but this is 13-1, Kyle. This is crazy.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is that a 13-point lead, that's a prime number.
That's insane, Kyle. You know what also is a prime number?
What?
3.
Yeah, it is.
Thank God.
Play starting back up here. Legend with the ball.
This wind is just picking up. I feel like the soccer goals are going to be ripped from the ground and thrown into the parking lot.
That would be quite unfortunate. A bad day for someone's car. Still, play is not started.
Maybe it's the crazy wind.
It is pretty crazy, insane. It's going off the rails on a crazy train.
Quite curious about what the mile per hour of the wind is right now. Let's
Well,
check.
luckily I have my speedometer here. Let me check. Play is still stopped. I'd like to remind you all. Mount Vista is down a man. Play is finally going to start back up. There's only 4 guys out there. Mount Vista is down 2 men. My bad. This is not looking very good. Hopefully those penalties are releasable, or else they might give up a few goals here. 4-6. Now that is a tough thing to deal with. They basically just have to stay in box formation and keeping a guy close to the man on crease at all times. Can't really push out much at all, or else you're done. Great rotation here by Mount Vista, however. Great save there by Scotty Day. Save it again! That was an insane save by Scotty Day. Bad pass there for the clear. Nah, not saved in. Scotty Day is on fire. He's given up 1 goal. He's saved so many, like, should have been goals. And now, at least that's the fault of the legend players. You know, understandable. But I feel like that's Scotty's just, like, godliness. You know?
I agree, Kyle. Scotty's quite a hard practicer. As we see him up in practice grinding, getting balls thrown at him constantly, blocking them all.
It takes a special kind of man to hop in goal when all these balls are flying at you.
I certainly wouldn't have the courage.
Nah, I wouldn't either. They're going Mach speed. That is the speed of sound, by the way.
Basically the speed of this wind. The wind actually has changed directions from south to east.
Now, I would like to make a prediction. I'm not down there physically, but I feel like the ball is being affected by this wind. Shot there from far out.
I agree, Colin. Right there we see Grayson McCall lose his stick. Maybe it's the wind. And I think that what you were saying, Kyle, is they're taking short passes, and I believe that is because of the wind. We hear it whistling outside, probably blowing some kids away. This is actually ridiculous, everyone.
This is like 50-mile-an-hour wind, I'm not going to lie.
It's definitely not, because I experienced hurricane-level winds at 40 miles an hour, Kyle.
Is that a true stat?
That is a true stat, Kyle. I was in Albemarle, North Carolina, and we were experiencing 40-mile-an-hour winds.
You were there during a hurricane?
Well,
you should have left.
As the hurricane was approaching, but we were towards the beach.
That's fine.
And the first half comes to a close on a 13-point lead, 14-1. Dominant showing from Mountain Vista.
Dominant indeed. Just a quick halftime wrap-up before we show you a special segment that we have.
We're actually going to show you some highlights from, I believe, last week's game of Mountain Vista High School versus Arapahoe Lacrosse.
First, my analysis. Mountain Vista dominant, great passes, great looks, great dodging. Legends defense can't do anything about it. The goalie for Legend, you know, pulling out some weird stuff, going for a hit at one point in time.
And after this segment, we will get right into the senior night special here. Quite a day to have senior night. I honestly wouldn't want to stand on the field right now.
No, I wouldn't either, but here goes the segment.
Analysis I'm out here for the weather analysis, and it's crazy. You can probably hear the wind in my mic. I'm gonna try to cover it for the best of you guys, but as you can see behind me, it's crazy out here. It feels kind of nice. It's a nice temperature, but the wind is insane out here. It's crazy. The precipitation is dying down just a little bit. It feels like about 42 degrees, and the wind is going crazy. And now it's time for senior night. Let's take a look.
Senior night here. Luke Brown is walking down the aisle of his teammates. Uh, Congratulations to him on making it through uh, a trying 4 years of high school lacrosse and academics. Here comes Simon May in a few seconds down the aisle. Defenseman. Very tall guy. 6'5", I believe. He also plays basketball. He's very good in there. And he's a very great player, all-state player. First team, all-state player, as I'm told. Owen Soderholm here, now walking down the aisle. Also a defenseman, plays LSM sometimes as well. As you can see, the wind is whipping at all these players' jerseys. It's mighty nasty out here. Here comes Jack McFarland down the aisle. Jack is a great midi, a great asset for the team. He scored, I believe, 2 goals this game, maybe more. I may be wrong, but that would make it 9 or 10 goals so far in the season. Not too shabby. Here comes Blaine Ware, defensive midi, one of the team captains. Great senior, great asset here. Next up on senior night is Ryan Austin. The midi does good work for his team. I've seen it firsthand. Great man. Here comes Palin Brooks, also a senior, I would hope, as he's walking down the aisle on senior night. Midi for Mount Vista Golden Eagles. And finally here to wrap it all up is number 31, Matt Potvin, a great defensive asset who also has 2 goals on the season, which is pretty good for a defenseman in 10 games that he has played. And that'll be the end of the seniors this night. I congratulate you all on your fine playing today and throughout your career. I hope it all goes well for you in the future with your future endeavors and so on and so forth. Now, 2 minutes left before halftime wraps up. Many of the fans are leaving the stands as they're getting dumped on by rain, blasted away by wind, and it's just not good out here. However, it is a good day for the Mount Vista Golden Eagles cross team, as they're single-handedly whooping the legend players / team. Thank you for staying tuned so far. We will be glad and happy to oblige commentating the second half of this game. Hopefully the weather nicens up so that these players have a good time out here, and the fans as well. They don't really look very enjoyable right now, but most definitely they should be, as they are destroying the other team. I have just been informed that the bench for the players to sit on has been blown over by the hurricane-force winds, as Dylan has previously informed me of. It's quite bad over here. I didn't know it was supposed to be so stormy today, but apparently it is, believe it or not. I see bluer skies out to the north, but so far, coming in from the west doesn't look very bad. That'll be the end of my weather segment. Thank you for joining me. Sorry for the disturbance there on your screens. One of our co-producers here, our main man, Trevor Ike, named after the candy Mike and Ike, was windshield washing the window in front of our camera, as of course we don't want y'all to have a bad picture, a bunch of little dots of water on your screen in front of the camera. It's not good. You can't see much, through such wet atmosphere. This is the beginning of the third quarter now. It'll just be starting in a few momentos. Mount Vista still up by 13 points, and I'll reconvene with y'all in, about 30 seconds. The third quarter is starting up here. Mount Vista starting with the ball as they are completely whooping Legend. They just get the ball because they can. This is Blaine Ware there behind GLE, passing it back up to Blake Hamilton, who's looking to do some dodging, running against the wind. Legend player there falls, presumably because of the slick atmosphere. Blake just doing some dodges. I'm surprised he hasn't slipped yet, and he does. I called it. Bold prediction. He's still holding onto the ball. I'm surprised he hasn't passed it, and he does. Out to Kane Strassheim, who's just running around. Mount Vista looking like they haven't put in many of their real main starters. Kane there pushed out.
They're trying to get the young guys some playing time here, some experience, as there's definitely a comfortable lead here of 13 points.
Most definitely. Blake Hamilton just holding onto the ball for extended periods of time. He should really try to get something started, but He's just standing around. He's also getting double teamed, as Mount Vista still has one player in the penalty box. The penalty was a non-releasable for said player, Mr. Matt Potvin. Mount Vista just trying to start something up, run down the penalty clock.
And shoot on the real clock as well, Kyle. I bet they want to get out of this win, and I bet they want to get out of here with a win.
Now, as Mount Vista is completely destroying Legend, I believe there is a running clock in place. The clock won't stop. So Legend, if they want to come back, need to do some real soul searching here.
And that's going to help a little bit. The fast break there by Legend. He's going decent shot. Hits his own teammate in the leg. And that could be painful right there.
He's
Lacrosse
definitely
ball.
limping.
Shot right into the man's ankle.
He is injured. He's trying to sub off right now. He's trying to run off. He's injured. I'm sorry for laughing at your injury.
Taking it like a man, though, as he's running off to get the better player back onto the field instead of being selfish and lying down.
That is their Cooper
Good man
Williams. I salute thee for your service and strength in your time of misfortune. Legends just trying to play some offense here. Mount Vista is still down a man.
Some good passing here.
Well, it's pretty subpar passing, but I'll let it slide. Attempted pick there. Almost played defense on his own guy. As
Great shot there. Great play there.
Caden Mice there. Second goal for his team. That's also his second goal of the game.
51.
He's scored
51st goal on the season there for Mr. Mice.
Yes, indeed.
There's also a penalty flag thrown there. I believe it's on Vista.
For a push, I believe.
I believe so as well, Kyle.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that means that Mount Vista will be down a man on this face-off
Once again.
once again. Play just waiting to start back up there after that Legend goal. Legend finally shifting the momentum in their favor, getting some offense down. Good on them. They need a lot more of that before the night is over. Great win there by Jackson.
Great win.
Indeed.
Fast break.
Great win there, however, cannot retain the ball. And Legend's going to get a fast
Legend's got a
break.
very
As
fast
Mount
break
Vista is
here.
down a man, that's not very good.
Looking for a shot. Doesn't get that. Should be Mountain Vista's ball.
Shot there by the defenseman, Dom Anderson. Good attempt there with the long stick. It went high, though, as shots with the long stick do tend to do, as they are indeed long sticks.
That they are, Kyle. The difference between a long stick and a regular stick is it's a bit longer.
Yeah, the long sticks are actually 6 foot. That's pretty long. You can cut it down, but
That's about as long as I am tall.
now that is pretty tall. I've seen you, Dylan. You are pretty tall.
Thank you, Kyle. You as well.
Regular sticks are only 3 foot.
Wow.
Looks like a timeout here, presumably by Mountain Vista, I would think. Mountain Vista has not been doing so well so far this third quarter as they haven't scored so far. They used to be scoring a goal per like 2 minutes, less than that even. Real change in character here for the team. I'm sure the coach is working very diligently to fix such a lack in focus and effort.
First time out here called from Vista the entire game, Kyle.
Yes, indeed. They haven't really needed it for the past quick math here, like 30 minutes, because they've just been winning, unobjectively, or objectively rather. They've objectively been winning for 30 minutes. They don't need a timeout. They do now, though, as they need to get their crap back into shape against Legend team. They're still down a man. That isn't helping them. They've been down a man most of this quarter so far. And obviously be looking to start back up on some offense here. Maybe score shorthanded. Who knows?
I'm quite entertained by this game, Kyle. And we hope you guys at home are as well, especially if you're a Mountain Vista Golden Eagles fan. Let's go Eagles.
Yes, indeed.
It's quite fun to watch. We get to see some of the young guys really show their potential. As Sam Craven blitzes behind the goal. He's so speedy. I guess that's why they call him Speedy Sam.
They do very much so call him Speedy Sam. That is a real nickname that he's been given by his teammates and also by us. He still has the ball, however, running in, takes a shot.
Great save there. And great effort there to get on top of the ball, but he doesn't have it. Sam Craven picks it up again, showing off more speed, I hope.
That was a pretty good effort there by Sam as he got the ball out as the goalie was trying to scoop it up. Very impressive play there. Heads up play IQ, very much so. Vista now just trying to kill some time, maybe set something up. Not really. He's just running on the outside the box, trying to kill the penalty at this point. Just getting pushed and shoved around.
He doesn't mind, as he knows he's the man.
He also tries to spin to maybe like see if he can get a shorthanded goal breakaway. You know, you never know. Getting double teamed now. Legends should have been double teamed this whole time as they have an extra man with nothing to do with. And the penalty is now released. Mount Vista is at full strength. Mount Vista is going to set up a dodge from up top. I am sure of it, as they've done so the past 30 minutes. However, Jack McFarland there cannot get past his defender. Attempt dodge in there by DJ Surdock, who passes it out to Sam. Takes a shot there.
Another great save by the goalie.
So far, Legends goalie has really shaped up the second half. Clear here by Legend. A good pass out to
being double teamed now.
Aiden Whitcomb.
Being aggressively double teamed.
And he drops the ball. Attempted pickup there by Grayson McCall.
Attempted.
Great save there by Scotty Day. Scotty's on fire with his saves so far in this game. He's a really good goalie.
Only 2 shots have gone past him.
And of the attempted shots, there's been like 3 or 4 in which they should have been almost guaranteed goals. Pass out there, clear out there to Grayson McCall. Passes it down to Jake Stopkowski. Passes it back to Jake Ward. And Mount Vista will continue to pass around to get some subs and set up their classic dodging play. Pass out there to Chris Perella, who will be taking a big run up here as he blitzes in. Passes defender, as he always does, easily beats him.
Good pass there,
Attempted
but
pass
it's missed
there
by
to
DJ.
DJ Surdock.
And Kyle, a little bit of a fun fact I was hoping to give out to you guys, but the certain player hasn't come onto the field yet, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Drew Dorsey for Legend High School, number 18, if I'm not wrong, is a midfielder. But here's the interesting fact. He played for Legend his freshman year, Mountain Vista his sophomore year, and now he's back with Legend. Pretty crazy. Maybe some history between the two teams that we didn't know about. I don't know.
Who knows, but I haven't seen him on the field so far.
Me either, Kyle. That's what I said.
I'm questioning where he is. I did hear you when you said that. I would just like to have reiterated it.
My apologies.
Oh, you're good.
Chris Perella getting double teamed, but to no avail as he rushes in and misses the goal by about an inch.
That was
of the left
very
pipe.
close shot. That was a great shot there by Chris. However, just could not place it that inch closer.
Just right off the left iron.
I mean, it is the right iron, but whatever. I also don't know if it's iron. It might be steel or aluminium.
Right off the left aluminium then.
Attempted shot there by Blake Hamilton. Goes out, though. Chris with the recovery as there's a fire truck speeding down the lane out there. No problem. Mountain Vista trying to set something up. Pass, rather. My bad. Pass out to Caleb Bonjean up top. He's going to attempt going in there. Spin move, however, does not get past his defender. Pass over and BTB attempted by Jake. That is not Jake Ward, my bad. Jake Stopkowski.
Kane Strassheim just goes in there to hit him and just prove that he's the man.
Jake Stopkowski, the goalie, again, for the second time in this game, just going out there to lay a hit out. It's not the most effective goalie tactic as has just been seen. the goal was scored on him when he went out. I don't know why he continues to do that. As last time when he went out to lay a hit out on someone, he also got scored on.
I think a lot of that falls on the frustration.
I do agree with you there, but in his time of frustration, he really needs to keep a cool head, and I think that's why Mount Vista has such a commanding lead. Mount Vista here on the face-off. I believe that is Nick Brawley on the face-off, who loses yet again. Great interception there. Owen Soderholm there, tripped up by a Legend player and recovered by Simon May. Clears out to Ryan Austin, who carries it over midfield. Passes it up top to Nick Brawley, who is going to bring it back round.
As the sun sets and it gets a little darker out here, we see the Mountain Vista offense slow to a stop almost. Outside of that recent goal, we haven't seen much scoring since the first half, Kyle.
I believe it is a lack of effort due to their commanding lead.
And you can see also on the Legend side, most of the players are hanging their heads, prancing around like they have nothing that they want to do other than leave this building.
They're not even standing in a coherent line, whereas Mountain Vista, a huddled blob of manliness and brotherhood.
51 seconds left in the third quarter.
Legend attempting to play some offense this game. Shovel pass there.
It's going to be hard to attempt that after the lack of effort coming from the
attempted
orange
rusty
and blue.
gate there by Owen Soderholm.
2 flags are thrown, possibly the same penalty, but possibly not.
Great defense there by Grayson as they try to scoop up the ball, so the penalty will be called.
That'll be a slash there.
Slash on whom, however?
I don't know, Kyle, but all I know is the third quarter is winding to a stop with 12 seconds.
That will be a slash on Owen Soderholm as he tried a rusty gate check. For those of you that don't know, it's where you just spin your stick around your back like wildly as another guy spins.
I saw that.
And
I
it
believe
hit
he
his
did that
head.
to recover from a bit of a broken ankle he got there playing defense.
Quite a bit of a fancy check to be throwing out, but as Mount Vista is, the miles ahead of Legend, not that risky at all. Mount Vista has racked up the penalties so far the second half. However, really no help to Legend. They still remain at 2 goals as they have remained so for a good while now. Mount Vista's offense is really slowed down. I think that's due to the cold weather. They're getting a bit slower. And, Legend has seemingly lost all will to play the game. Understandably, of course. They're down 13 points in Lacrosse. It's not very comebackable. Play is starting back up for this fourth quarter. Both teams, I'm sure, just wanting to get out of this now. They're in some crappy weather. The wind, however, has slightly calmed down a bit, which is not too bad, but it still looks pretty brutal. There has been a change of goalie for this fourth quarter as Mount Vista is absolutely destroying Legend. It is Graham, who has been brought up from the JV team, a sophomore. I know him personally. He's a great man. I'm just playing some great defense there. He's Matt Potvin.
And that's what I was saying earlier, Kyle. I really like that the younger players are getting in here to get some chance at playing varsity.
Yep, sure thing. As the ball will go out of bounds, given to Mountain Vista. Simon May passing in for the clear to Matt Potvin with a long stick on offense. Maybe he'll want to stick in as he's up so much. His team is, rather. He might want to get a touch on ball, maybe a shot, mess around a bit. However, he does not. He subs off. Mount Vista just passing around. Some of the younger players, as Dylan mentioned, out on the field. Blake Hamilton trying to dodge and, however, beat back by his defender.
Sam Craven has the ball. Looking for a pass. Gets one. He's going in for a charge there. Trying to get in for some scoring. Caden Strawson with another behind the
BTB.
back. To no avail. Once again, not successful.
That's the
Getting
third
closer and closer.
BTB of this game. Normally, you never see maybe one in a game.
Sam Craven with
And
a
shot.
long shot, honestly. Kind of far away. Farther than the rest of the goals today.
This game is very impressive showing by Mount Vista. And a very unimpressive showing by Legend, of course.
Of course.
Of course. Mount Vista is just trying to throw out some fancy stuff here. Owen Soderholm with a rusty gate that he got penalized for. Some BTBs. You never know.
The Mountain Vista student section has now dwindled to alone 4 students.
4 dedicated students out in this very cold weather watching this eventful yet very one-sided game.
Great event to be at, however. This is a very good day for Mountain Vista fans. And it's Friday. What more could you ask for?
A pizza. Mount Vista, they're losing the face-off. As that's Palin Brooks there. One of the few times he's been in this game. As well as Zach Brown on defense.
Good defense played there by the 2.
Yep, sure thing. They got the ball back for their team. Looking to clear it now. Pass out to Scotty. Passes out to his other wing. I can't see his number from this far away. My eyesight, he's not that good. Pass up to Nick Brawley, but however, it is muffed. And Legend now looking to clear the ball. And failed pass there as well. Both teams just looking not too good.
Great little slap there at the stick. Grayson McCall gets the ball back for Vista.
Not back yet.
Well, back and then unback.
Haha, sure thing. Pass out to
The goalie leaves his goal again. What is he thinking? He's going to get torn apart by Mountain. Oh, no. He better get back in goal.
There's some fights going down, too.
That's what I like to see, Kyle.
Blake Hamilton.
True aggressive and heart. That goalie is almost at midfield. He's at, that's a cheap shot there on our own Luke Brown, done by their own Dom Anderson. That's not very nice, Dom.
Legend is just getting frustrated, as seen by that wacky play by the goalie of Legend coming out of his goal.
I don't know what that was, Kyle.
For the
I
third
can't
time
say I've
this
ever
game.
seen that today.
He's been scored on twice when he's done that. He goes for the third time successfully against Blake Hamilton.
I will say, though, his first 2, I can maybe see why you would do it, but I don't see why you need to go from the 10-yard line on a football field, of course, from in goal to 40 yards.
Now, this is where I disagree with you, Dylan. The other 2 times when he came out of the goal, there were like 5 other players, really, to support the Mount Vista player who may have gotten hit and dropped the ball. However, here he's just a lone guy. If he can get out and get the ball from him, it's a lot better that way than just an open shot on him,
Well,
honestly,
I get
at that
Kyle.
point.
I just don't understand why he had to go 40 yards down the field. He should have gone back to his post, but I think he had something to prove, really.
I think he's just fed up with his own team's inefficiency and just wants to do it all himself.
That's what I was thinking.
Far out shot there by number 5, Caleb Bonjean, sophomore. Mount Vista starting back up. 7 minutes left in the game. Really, this game has been over for 3 quarters.
4 quarters, Kyle.
Oh,
We were up 2 goals within 3 minutes of the game. And I think that's not a definitive amount of goals, but it sure is a whack in the face to Legend, saying we're better than you, and we're going to prove it tonight.
Mount Vista has put on some big whacks to Legend's face so far in this game. Shot there. I thought it went in, but it hit the outside of the goal. Now everyone on the Mount Vista team just trying to hit the goalie, trip him up. Called there was a timeout by Legend, I believe. Legend calling that timeout to help their goalie out from maybe getting laid out, because it's a pretty dangerous thing to be a goalie and running outside of the crease, as you are open to hits. And, of course, you're going to be targeted because you're the goalie, main player of the team. Now, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Really just waiting for it to wind down here. don't expect many upsets here.
The crowd numbers for the Legend side has also dwindled. As I would not want to stay in this weather and watch this kind of a game as a Legend fan. Thankfully, I'm a Golden Eagle for life.
Me as well. The rain has died down, thankfully, and so has some of the wind. It's still slightly windy. I'd say about 15 miles per hour, but that's not too bad.
I wouldn't say that it is bad, Kyle.
Legend starting off with the ball in the lower left-hand corner. Immediately double team, doesn't pass immediately, which is an interesting choice. Blows through 3 of Mount Vista's attackmen. Goes on the offensive here. That's Matt Barella
playing some great defense there. Really chopping him up. And he's heading back towards his guy. He's not going to let him get beat.
That's a very aggressive, very strong guy. I expect to see some big hits here. He does get
He's not letting
beat,
him get
however.
around anywhere.
Great.
Good shot there. Legend gets their 3rd point of the game.
That was a great feed there. That's the second goal for Cooper Williams for Legend. That will be his 25th goal in the season as a sophomore.
I believe you're actually incorrect, Kyle. I'm pretty sure Mr. Mice has scored the first 2 goals of the game.
You are correct. I've forgotten who has scored.
Oh,
There's been so few
don't worry about it,
and
Kyle.
far between. Nick Brawley here, however, on the face-off for Mount Vista. He is not won a face-off so far, but you know, he can just mess around now. Mount Vista's winning.
Well, Kyle, I think that's actually the opposite of what they should be doing. As once you let off the gas, where are your brakes?
Yeah, on the pedal next to you.
Well, I know that, Kyle. It was actually an analogy.
It's a very bad one.
Here, I'll explain it, guys. So basically, I'm just saying you should never really let off because, you know, that's when they can come back. See, as I'm saying these words, Legend scores their 4th goal. My predicted final score for them. For them? I said 4. Mountain Vista, I don't think, will reach their total score that I predicted, which was approximately 22. I believe they will get to 18.
Now, I boldly predicted 50, and I think it's still possible. But we'll have to see how this goes.
It sure was bold, though.
It was bold, and that is, as the name implies, you know, a very strong and wholesome prediction. Jackson Marshall here on the face-off. Nick Brawley has been pulled.
4 minutes remain in the game.
4 minutes is enough time for Mount Vista to score, 4 goals. Mount Vista on the offense now. They haven't been on the offense in quite a while. Missed pass there, however, recovered. Recovered by Legend as the ball went out. Legend looking to clear here. 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Sneaking up from behind, a Mount Vista player. Great play there, heads-up play there.
Goalie way out of goal once again.
That was a great shot there by Ryan Austin coming in from behind the
Playing
goalie.
aggressive now. Mr. Number 1, Trace Tobin for the Legend Titans. Getting a little bit chippy here in the 4th quarter.
He should have been chippy the whole game. Maybe his team would have been faring better.
Perhaps, Kyle. But we can't confirm that or deny it, honestly. As it didn't happen.
3 minutes left. Mountain Vista's defense is seemingly lacking energy and or effort.
It has improved from 2 minutes ago, if I do say so myself.
They do, but not by much.
Yes.
Definitely not the defense I saw in the first half. Clear here. Multiple men running behind him, however.
Uh-oh.
Clears
DJ
out
with
fast
a
break.
fast break. Passing the ball around, however, now. That's Ryan Austin with it right now. Passing it, though. That's Blake Hamilton now.
Dodging
Speedy
in.
little boy. Loses the ball. Picks it back up, though. Trying to shake his defender to no avail. Dylan Pless has it now.
So far, Mount Vista.
Christopher Perella blows past the defender and gets a great shot on the goal, and it goes into the net, so that is a goal.
Chris's classic charge in from far out. Beats his defender as always. And finally gets the shot on. Previously, his shots have gone very high. That time he dialed it in. Great shot there, great goal.
Chris at one point was the leading scorer for the season, and that 1 point was 1 week ago.
Now he's been replaced by Jake Ward, who has, doing some quick math here, that's about 21 goals on the season as a sophomore. Very impressive. Nick Brawley back out for the face-off. Mount Vista confused on who they have on the sideline. Legend doesn't have anyone on the wings, as they were confused as to who to put in, as they did have. They are down a man, rather. So Mount Vista is up a man. As long as Nick Brawley can win this face-off. He hasn't won one so far this game.
Ooh.
Great slap there.
He looks like he got hit pretty hard. That's number 33. Jake Horovat, the senior, falling down there with a great whack from Mountain Vista. And we're going to take a knee now to show respect for him.
Seems as though he's been slapped somewhere.
I believe it was in the
He's
wrist
taking
slash
his
chest
helmet
area.
off. This doesn't bode very well.
Perhaps he maybe just got the simple wind knocked out of him. And that's what we are all hoping happened, as he actually is grimacing in pain. It may be worse.
He looks very in pain right now. Just a quick moment of silence for our fallen fellow teammate / opponent. And we will take a break. Jake Hrovat back up from his apparent injury. It was a big slap there by Reese Evans that apparently did him in. Thankfully, he is seemingly okay.
We are still unaware of what happened. As I said, it could have been just a losing of some wind, but he did look in a little bit more pain. Maybe he bruised or fractured part of his arm, leg, or hip.
Now, that would be very unfortunate and very painful. I send my regards to you, Jake
He is
Hrovat.
standing well on the sideline.
However,
Best of our thoughts.
I don't believe that he got hit in the leg. I'd hope that he'd be standing well. 40 seconds left in the game. I was just looking to do nothing, basically.
And as we wrap this game up, we want to thank everyone for watching this game. And we want to thank all the people outside in the stands that came here and persevered through the wind, stayed, and saw this great Mountain Vista victory, as it probably will be 17-4. Mountain Vista just running out the clock here, doing a respectful thing here, instead of scoring once again and really spitting in the face of Legend.
Legend player coming from the behind of one of the Mount Vista players. However, doesn't get it in, and the game will be over. So far, MVP for the team, offensive MVP for me, is easily Jake Ward.
I was going to say the same thing, Kyle, and I also wanted to just give an MVP award to Legend as well. They came out here, they fought pretty well, to no avail. Of course, they weren't the better team, but I would like to give a nice little shout out to Legends MVP Caden Mice with 2 goals of the 4, 50%. I believe he made 2 out of 3 of his shots on goal, which is pretty good for such a massive win here from Mount Vista.
I do want to give props to Legend just as you did. They start off not looking too well, but they did come back and rally pretty well, which is surprising for the deficit that they were in.
I agree.
However, another MVP that I have for Mount Vista. On the defensive side, I would like to give a shout out to Scott
Scotty Day.
Day.
I knew it, Kyle. I simply knew it. Some great saves today. He let up a few goals, but no one's perfect, and that happens a lot. But the goals he did stop were very tough goals to stop. Just imagine being in that position and trying to stop so many goals. That's quite impressive, as we see a nice show of sportsmanship here. The old handshake.
A very
Lovely to
elegantly
see.
played game by Mount Vista. And I believe that'll be my final words. Anything for you, Dylan?
I will sign off here, but we want to give one more thanks to everyone watching, everyone in attendance at the game. Make sure to be here. Actually, I don't know if it's here, but be at the Vista game tomorrow at 6 p.m. as Mountain Vista takes on Kent Denver, a quote-unquote rivalry for the team. And it's going to be quite a tough game for them to win.
Kent is very good. Surely a good game. Thank you all for tuning in. I've been Kyle Walters.
And I've been Dylan Eford. Thank you. You guys have a great night. Drive home safely and get a nice, good night's rest.